Welcome back to Chalisco Crypto. Guys, welcome. Let's discuss. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You are all welcome, man. You are all welcome to Chalisco Crypto. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Another day in the world of crypto, man. So, yesterday was the final day of Bitcoin conference. So, today is another chapter in the world of crypto. So let's discuss. Let's see what is happening in the market. So, have a little pullback. So Bitcoin is hobbling around there, $104,400. So now, so we show that, that, Bitcoin is slightly down. The market is slightly down. Yeah, guys, you are all welcome. You are all welcome. Streaming a little bit late. That's because, yesterday, during the Bitcoin conference, it wasn't easy. And, yeah. You are all welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. So let's dive into the market. Let's see what is happening in the market. Even if you are all welcome. You are all welcome. You are all welcome. You are welcome. Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Hope you guys can hear me, Abi. Welcome. You are all welcome. Good. Let's dive into the market, guys. Let's look into the market. Let's see where we are in the market. Good. You are welcome, guys. Yesterday, I know that most of you guys was not yesterday when Ross Ubrin was speaking yesterday during Bitcoin conference. Whoa, what a time, what a day to be alive. So it was so emotional when Ross Ulbricht was speaking yesterday, But yesterday he spoke about three good things, which was freedom, decentralization, and unity. Which you guys, we all know that this is what Bitcoin stands for. So Bitcoin stands for freedom. So Bitcoin stands for freedom. I hope you guys can hear me better now, okay? So Bitcoin stands for freedom. Is decentralized, and Bitcoin stands for unity. So those are the things Bitcoin stands for. So this is what Ross Ulbricht was speaking about yesterday. So guys, the market is slightly down, but you don't have to be scared. So this is if you guys know, if you was here last, let's say early last week, so I already predicted this that during Bitcoin conference, this is what is already happening in the market during Bitcoin conference. So which you guys can see that so the market is slightly down. So don't be surprised when maybe the market will be recovering back up anytime soon. So guys, because I already showed you guys this chart last week that we broke this support between $107,000. So maybe down for a while. So you guys can see the market is slightly consolidating around around $104,000. So yes, so even if we consolidate back to $102,000, okay, so we have a good support there. So at least it's an opportunity too for us to DCA, not just for us to DCA, and more money will flow into the altcoin. So which is fantastic, guys. You are all welcome. You are all welcome. You are all welcome to Chalisco Crypto, man. You are welcome. You are welcome. So guys, Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. As always, if you have any question, drop it on the chat and share this stream with your friends and family, so that so we'll be taking so much time. So happy Friday once again. Yeah, today is Friday, I mean. Yeah, happy Friday. So we'll be taking so much time like other days when during Bitcoin conference, which most of you guys know that. Okay, so I was live streaming for like about 8 hours, man, which is crazy. So that's because of during the Bitcoin conference. So guys, try to make sure your notification is on. So yesterday, for the first, I want you guys to take out this. This is during the Bitcoin conference yesterday. So it was already late when Ross Ulbricht stepped on stage yesterday. So for most of you guys who did not know about Ross Ulbricht, so he was arrested about that was about 10 years ago. So he was arrested 10 years ago when President Trump, gave him freedom just about a few months ago. So Ross Ulbricht, during about 2011, during 2011, he was the first person to build, to build a project in Bitcoin space. So he was the one who makes the Bitcoiners realize that, oh, so Bitcoin really has a real usage. Yeah, Jude, you guys are all welcome. So he was the one who makes us in the Bitcoin space to realize that, oh, he was the one who take Bitcoin from zero level to 0 1 to step one. Okay, from zero level to step one between that 2011. So before he was finally arrested about 10 years ago. So between that was between about 2014. So as you guys can see here, Los Ubris says that buying a whole Bitcoin was less than $1 when he launches Silk Road. Silk Road was the company which he built, which was the project which he built a few years ago. So what now happened is that so through this Silk Road, so people was able to use this project at least to do illegal business. So that was why he was arrested. So this Silk Road. So people was using a Bitcoin as a payment back then. So to be able to purchase, which we all know that I'm live, so I don't want to. So people was using this Silk Road to purchase, this and that. So for illegal business back then. So before he got arrested. So and which we all know that so building a business, building a project is something different. But for people to use that project for illegalities, so it's also a different thing. So it was present. So he spoke about the three good things: unity, decentralization, and freedom. Which we all know that this is what Bitcoin stands for. Guys, you don't have to be scared that Bitcoin is slightly down from just about a few, with a few hundreds of dollars. So it's an opportunity to accumulate more. So Bitcoin stands for freedom. Bitcoin is here to stay. I will be showing you guys a lot of headlines which show that Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. So before then, I want to I want you guys to listen to this short clip, which is still not even up to 30 seconds. So before we'll be able to talk better. I launched Silk Road. And what a wild ride it's been. When I launched Silk Road, buying a whole Bitcoin would set you back less than $1. Look at change. Can you imagine that? How they're worth over $100,000 each. Back then, there was just one, and what a wild ride it's been. When I launched Silk Road, buying a whole Bitcoin would set you back less than $1. Look at change. Can you imagine that? How they're worth over $100,000 each. So guys, you guys can all hear that. What Ross Ulbricht is saying is that so when he launched a Silk Road, so buying a whole Bitcoin was less than $1. So a day like today, because yesterday, so this clip was yesterday during live Bitcoin conference yesterday. So now Bitcoin is now trading above $100,000. So what was he saying yesterday? He was aspiring about freedom. That he did not wish anyone to be in prison, but he wants you guys all to know what Bitcoin stands for. So Bitcoin stands for freedom. That is because you don't need a third party for you to send Bitcoin across to anyone, which most of you guys already know that. So if you are holding a Bitcoin in your centralized wallet, all you just need to do is for you to have that person address. You will send Bitcoin across to that person. So boom, the person will receive a Bitcoin. So this is why you need to know that this asset is very, very important. So Bitcoin is very, very important. Bitcoin stands for freedom. That is why many governments don't like it. So Bitcoin is so decentralized. So don't forget, he also said that so Bitcoin does not have a CEO. So this is the decentralization. Anyone can mine Bitcoin. If you are any part of the world, so you are UK, so you are in Canada, you are in any part of Africa, you are in Europe, so you want to mine Bitcoin, you can mine Bitcoin. So nobody can say you don't have to, you can't mine Bitcoin because you are because you are from this country, you are from this. So Bitcoin is all about, it's decentralized and it's all about freedom. So live and the life you want to live. So without being controlled by any government. So this is what Bitcoin stands for. Bitcoin stands for freedom. So he now speak about the unity. So the Bitcoiners are so unite, which you guys know that. So if the Bitcoiners was not unite, so Ross Ulbricht will still be in prison by now. This is because during a Bitcoin conference 2024, so I was here. So I was here when President Trump said that. So if they vote him in, so he will free Ross Ulbricht. So because even if his mom, he was still in Bitcoin conference 2024, so which he was still requesting at least for them to free Ross Ulbricht. So that is because so if which I also showed you guys just now that Ross Ulbricht was arrested because his company, which is Silk Road, so which people was using for at least to transact using a Bitcoin transaction for illegal business. So he was arrested for, and he was sentenced to 240 years in prison. You guys can get that. So Ross Ulbricht was sentenced for 240 years in prison. So Bitcoin is decentralized, so which is one of the most decentralized assets in the world. So it's spread across the world, and Bitcoin is freedom. So which no one Bitcoin does not have a CEO, so no one can tell you that you don't have to send a Bitcoin because of this person is this person is that. So, which is Bitcoin is freedom and the unity. So, Bitcoiners are so unite. So, if the Bitcoiners are not unite, so Ross Ulbricht will still be in prison till date. So, what do you have to take out from this? So, an asset like this, it's so and it's an asset that is so scarce. Yeah, Osita, you guys are all welcome. Sadiq, you guys are all welcome. You guys are all welcome. So the takeout from this is that so even if Bitcoin is slightly down a day like today, you don't have to be scared. So one thing I always say is that taking profit is very, very important. So whenever the market is up, if you are in profit, take profit. At least take some money out from the market. So, but don't forget that this asset will be here for a long time. And Ross Ulbricht also said something about the freedom of a thing. He said that being outside being outside the prison does not mean that you are free. So that is because so if they can control you, they can control your money. So please, you are not free. But being inside the prison does not mean that you are not in prison. You get that? So even if when he was in prison, so you get to understand that there are Bitcoin is here to stay. Bitcoin is the one asset that we give power to the people. So which is what I always say every single day. So you don't have to be scared that each time the asset they back down with about a few 100%. So Bitcoin stands for freedom. Bitcoin stands for unity. So the Bitcoiners are so unite. So Bitcoin stands for freedom. Bitcoin stands for freedom, and Bitcoin is so decentralized. So it's one of the most decentralized assets on this planet. So it does not have a CEO. So no one can say that, oh, you can't mine Bitcoin, so you can't send your Bitcoin out. So keep your seed phrase safe. So Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. Guys, so go and watch the stream, man. Go and rewatch the stream. So the stream of yesterday. So when Ross Ulbricht was speaking about Bitcoin yesterday, it was so emotional. It's crazy, man. So why this asset is so important. So the next chapter today is that you don't have to be scared that the market is down, guys. You don't have to be scared. So Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. So we are in another chapter after Bitcoin conference. So today we are in another chapter. So Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. The big boys keep accumulating. So this is another headline over here from Bitcoin. So for Bitcoin news, Silk Road found that Ross Ulbricht to Bitcoiners, freedom is what the struggle. Yeah, freedom is worth fighting for. Freedom is what the struggle. So no matter how, try to make sure you fight for freedom. That is why everybody is trying his possible best to make sure that he own a pieces of Bitcoin. So that is because Bitcoin is freedom. So this is the one asset that when you are traveling around the world, you can even decide to just memorize your seed phrase. All you just need to do is to memorize your seed phrase and travel with nothing. So when you get there, you just need to download another, all you just need to do is to download the wallet. So I put and add in your seed phrase, all your money. It's crazy, man. So all your money, all your fraud you have there, they will affect just by downloading a new wallet. So Bitcoin is so decentralized. Not just Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay to give power to the people. So when you understand this, you will know that you will totally understand that this is the one asset that is here to liberate mankind from the hands of the government. So guys, Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. You don't have to be scared each time the market is slightly down with a few 100%. So the next chapter which we have today after Bitcoin conference is that for sure the market may be down for a while now, but don't be surprised. I've already told you that over the past 5 years, between a half a decade. So during Bitcoin conference, the market usually down. So, but after Bitcoin conference, we recover back upwards again. So, which I need be surprised that next week we already enjoy the pain for long term, but at least let's enjoy the gain once again. So let's enjoy the game. So if you can't face the volatility, that means the volatility of the market. That means you will be able to enjoy the space. So you just need to understand that this asset, the market is always volatile. In as far you did not put all your money in meme coin, for sure Bitcoin will come back up. Even if yesterday the big boys there was predicted at least 2030, which is just 5 years away from now. So Bitcoin will be heading up to $1 million, which even if me myself, my the bear case scenario is between 2030 at least $750,000 for sure. So Bitcoin will be heading there. It's just a matter of time. Guys, smash the like, man. Keep smashing the like, smash the like and the subscribe button. Try to make sure the notification bell is on. So you guys can see I'm here every single day. Not a financial advice, but to keep encouraging you guys to do what I have been doing over the past few years. It's a word of encouragement. So it's not a financial advice. So what I've been doing over the past few years, just by at least using a DCA dollar cost average, showed you guys, across in the NFT space. Even if there are a lot of attacking, even if OpenSea is no longer just about NFTs, man. So I was in OpenSea yesterday night, which I also have a headline about them that cover it. So I was in OpenSea. I just found out that you can even now trade meme coin in OpenSea, man, which is crazy. Just like they are exploding beyond just trading NFT. Even if now you can now trade meme coin there. So guys, let's see what next. Yeah, even if yesterday during Bitcoin conference, so the PSG, even if it's one of the CEO or one of the team, he was there yesterday. As you guys can see here, fresh football giant PSG signing a first announcement. It is the Bitcoin conference move. So PSG said that they already added the Bitcoin to their balance sheet yesterday. You guys can see every company in the world is working so hard to make sure that they have Bitcoin in their balance sheet. So everybody is working so hard. Why do you think that, which is the BlackRock ETF, they keep accumulating? Most of them, they did not buy, they may not even buy direct from the open market. They use, through the spot ETF, so to acquire Bitcoin. The big guys keep buying and buying and buying. So, guys, the next chapter of Bitcoin will surprise you. So, what Bitcoin is here to create, the freedom alone that come with Bitcoin, the unity and the decentralization. So we just need to unite together. So, and there's something that which is Ross Ulbricht also explained about the unity yesterday. About he said the Bitcoiners are so united. He said when he was in prison, he said he explained something about unity, that when he was in prison, there is something that happened. He said whenever they fight, when they are in prison, he said that it's easy for the prison guard to control them because they want them to separate apart. He said, but whenever they unite, he said the days that the prison guard listening to them are the days which they unite, like the days which they will go on strike with hunger. Say that we are not eating for the next 24 hours. So those are the days that the prison guard will listen to them. So this is all about unity. So he said that in the crypto space, we all need to unite. So this is one of the way, we will take this asset forward. You get that? So he said those are the day that they will also go on strike. Everybody will write a letter to the office, say, "Oh, we need this. This is the day that the prison guard will listen to them." So the day that they will fight. So this is what the day that they will fight. This is what the prison guard even need. That is because it's easy for the prison guard to control them. So we all need to unite. This is what Bitcoin and crypto is all about. It's all about unity, freedom, decentralization. You guys can get that. So this is one of the assets that are so decentralized. So you don't have to say, "Oh, this is the CEO." This is why Satoshi already understand this. This is why he we can't it's nowhere to be found as the founder of Bitcoin. So Ross Ulbricht, who was the first at least to build his form of an exchange, Silk Road in Bitcoin 2011. So when people was already using it for transaction back then, he said back then when he built the Silk Road, Bitcoin was less than $1. Just now he's out from prison, So, but when he was arrested, Bitcoin was not trading around $200. But now he just got released from prison. He just get freedom. Bitcoin is now trading above $100,000. You guys can see just between a decade. It's crazy. So guys, you guys are seeing more big company try to make sure they add Bitcoin to their portfolio. So we show that this is one of the best performing asset over the past few years. So Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. All you just need to do is to make sure that you have a pieces of it by using a dollar cost average. So you don't have to be scared that the market is down. That is why I keep a day like this. I don't have to midstream because the market is slightly down. So for you guys not to be scared. So if each of you guys notice that Ethereum is so this strong, man. I was checking out Ethereum about a few hours ago. Found out that the chart is flat. So it's not down. Even when Bitcoin is down with about 4%, Ethereum is still holding strong. So guys, yesterday during the Bitcoin conference, even if the mayor of Pamana was there, so now as you guys can see, SHIB could pay Pamana's Kana's transit fee in Bitcoin and cut the lines. Pamana City's mayor's Moses. So yesterday, the Pamana City mayor was saying that so they are working so hard to even also adopt Bitcoin. So everybody is working so hard to adopt Bitcoin right now. Yeah, guys, if you have any question, drop it on the chat. So at the end of the stream, so we'll be taking so much time, which I know that it's Friday. Most of you guys want to go and enjoy the weekend. Yeah, guys, you are all welcome. Visas, you guys are all welcome. You guys are all welcome. You guys are all welcome. So leave your question on the chat. We'll be doing Q&A. So always smash the like, share the stream with your friends and family. Always tune in every single day and try to make sure sharing the stream with your friends and family. It will also give you an opportunity to win some Bitcoin from me, some crypto, some USDT, some NFTs too. So here is a community which I want us all to grow together. So That is because I don't want in the next few years when Bitcoin will be trading at $1 million per coin. So people around me say, "Oh, I didn't know about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency." As I always say, here in Europe, even if 90% here in Europe still did not know about Bitcoin, when you tell them about Bitcoin, so they will be thinking that maybe it's a scam. You get that? I was surprised yesterday when the Teta CEO, Paolo. First of all, when I saw the name Paolo, I said, "Oh, so where is the guy from?" So I didn't know that Teta CEO, which is a company with almost about $160 billion. So he said it's from Italy. I didn't even know that it's from Europe. So even if he's a European country, these are people who believe so. I don't know. So that even if some European people even still believe in Bitcoin and crypto just years back. So such a dude who built such a huge company with about 160 something $billion, most of his European people did not even still believe in Bitcoin. So, and yesterday also, Teta CEO, well, he said that they are now holding about $20 billion in Bitcoin in their treasure. And they are also raising $2 billion to be mining Bitcoin. So to power the Bitcoin network. So there are a lot of exciting things happening in the Bitcoin, in the crypto space. And also, as you guys can see here, with this headline, even Trump media has officially signed in about 2.32 billion, which is almost about $2.4 billion deal to buy Bitcoin and hold it as a treasure asset. So that's you are welcome once again. So try to make sure that always smash the emoji button, smash the like and the subscribe button. So I said just now, I know it's weekend, so you guys don't want to at least cause not to waste so much time. So I'll be quickly to pass through some of those headlines. So that at least we call it a day. So we do Q&A. If you have any question, leave your question on the chat, guys, so we discuss better. So, guys, you guys can see that the officials, this Trump media's official have officially signed the deal at least to of about $2.3 billion to add to buy more Bitcoin to their portfolio. Every single company right now, even if you guys already know that Ceylon, which is the CEO of Strategy, they already added they keep buying and buying. They are now holding, my Casella is now holding almost about 600,000 Bitcoin. That's almost about 500 something thousand Bitcoin, almost about 600,000 Bitcoin. So more than 500,000 Bitcoin. So the big boys keep acquiring more Bitcoin. So that's because Bitcoin stands for freedom. Bitcoin stands for decentralization. So there's no any other asset that is decentralized like Bitcoin. So Bitcoin does not have a CEO. So Bitcoin stands for unity. So we will all come together. At least you guys see also you guys also eat at Bitcoin conference. You know the unity there is the same. So even if when Ross Ulbricht was arrested every single year during Bitcoin conference, so everybody tried to make sure that as the first guy who was here to build something in Bitcoin. During Bitcoin Conference 2021, they called him from prison. So he speak directly in the Bitcoin Conference from prison. He said that during that, after that, speech which he gave during in Bitcoin Conference 2021, so at least they tightened the security for him so much, which it was crazy. Yeah, guys, for sure, I can see the chat is booming. I will be coming to the chat, so we will do Q&A for sure. So, guys, this is cryptocurrency is a way. This is this is the vice president of the United States. So JD Vance. So as you guys can see here, which is it's a cryptocurrency is a way of transiting and a store of value in a modern digital age, says Vice President. So, which is sure. So, we already know that, Bitcoin and crypto is one of the way, at least not just Bitcoin now. So, Bitcoin and crypto is one of the way to transit, the store of value. You guys can see in this modern way. So, yesterday, when Sailor, which is the CEO of a strategy, stepped on stage, he said, Peter Schiff, I'm sorry. So Bitcoin will be one of the best performing assets in the next few years. So that's because we all know that Peter Schiff always criticizes Bitcoin. This is just a short clip. Let me play for you guys so you guys can see when the vice president was also saying this, that Bitcoin and crypto is one of the way to transit a store of value. It's just a short clip. You guys can listen to it.
Vice President states that core value proposition of crypto. I'm an owner of Bitcoin here, but I'm also the Vice President of the United States. So I want to be careful, but I think the core value proposition of cryptocurrency is that it's a way of transacting and a way of storing value in a modern digital age. Look, 100 years ago, if you wanted to go and buy something, you put a dollar bill on the table, you put a gold coin on the table. The value proposition of Bitcoin is that it can serve the same function, but in a digital age, a way that's secure, that's safer from fraud, allows people to buy and sell and store value, but in a way that's consistent with the modern technological age that we live in. Now, having said that, I fully accept there are risks to all of these things. There are always risks to new technologies. Our approach in the Trump administration is to say, let people innovate, let people figure this stuff out on their own. If the critics of Bitcoin are right, I haven't.
So, guys, you guys can share. It's just a short clip.
That went out in the marketplace. If the advocates of Bitcoin are right, and I happen to agree with them, if they make their case, that's eventually going to win out in the marketplace. What you shouldn't have is a dictatorial government that tells certain industries that they're not allowed to do what they need to do. You've got to let people make these decisions on their own, and that's sort of been our approach. We want common sense regulatory regimes. We want to allow the cryptocurrency industry to participate.
So what J. Devas is saying is that so in this era, Bitcoin and crypto is one of the ways to transit a store of value in this modern way. So this is Vice President of the US so saying it, so which you guys can see. So this is why I always say Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. So everybody is embracing Bitcoin, even if I also saw it, which the Prime Minister of UK, which is Cortesi. So yesterday he also stepped on stage when he was still saying that when he was saying that so when he became a president, just like as President Trump did it which is about 2024. So he said that if he become the prime minister, so he will be adding Bitcoin to their reserve, and as of now too, they will be also accepting donation, Bitcoin and crypto as a donation for their campaign. So just like he's following the footsteps of President Trump during 2024. So we show that so Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay, guys. So the market is slightly down. You don't have to be scared. So all you just need to do is to keep using DCM. So guys, this take us here. Stablecoin payment volume reaches 94 billion. So stablecoin payment volume reaches 94 billion, driven by B2B transaction. So guys, this is all about the OTC market. So this is all about the OTC market. So more people are still using OTC. So this is why the market is still most of the big Bitcoin worth of billions that Michael Saylor, Fidelity, BlackRock, they are purchasing every single day. It's still not making a huge effect in the market because those big boys are still using OTC the way the Wall Street, they are still using OTC market, which is for sure. In the next few years, when the OTC market finally drop up, boom, you guys will see that Bitcoin will skyrocket high. So Bitcoin is still holding a market between a market cap of 2 trillion. Don't forget, gold is holding a market cap of 22 trillion. So when we finally have a market cap of gold, that is when Bitcoin will be trading between at least $1 million per coin. So which I think in the next cycle, it will happen. So I still believe in cycle. So which is why every single day I still advocate that, it's not a financial advice, but try to make sure you have some cash on your side, which you guys was here, most of you guys was here during Bitcoin conference yesterday, when I was asking, which I can't remember his name, that what did he think that, about the cycle? He said that he still think the recycles and, destruction is still coming, for sure. The market will go up for ever. So if you think that Bitcoin is not up, that means you did not understand the market. So the bull market already started where Bitcoin was trading between $16,000. So that is because last cycle our all-time low was 16,000. We went from $16,000 to $112,000. I know that we could not be able to break that support of $112,000. The market is still holding strong, so you don't have to be scared. So for the next few days, so next week, let's say, which is next week we are on weekend right now, so we don't have so much volume, which is better not to trade. So, but me shorting the market, I don't think that it's one of the best way, which I also show you guys right now. So if you head over here, you guys can see. This is another way, which is Opusing. Opusing expanded beyond NFTs with OS2 public rollout. So guys, Opusing, as you guys can see, so they are now at least not just by trading NFT. You can also now trade Altcoin. Most of I saw meme coin there on Solana chain, so which is fantastic. You can also trade them even if an Altcoin too, which is on Solana chain from Opusing yesterday. So let's see this here. Binance, so guys, I also added it to my thumbnail. So Binance, the SEC has dropped the lawsuit case against them. So which during our live our live stream during the Bitcoin conference, you guys also see that so the SEC they also say that so most of those altcoins they are not security, which will be coming into that. So SEC back down from the Binance Zeros case, cities discretion's news crypto strategy. So now, even if you guys know that previous administration, which Gary Gensler was the chair, Gary Gensler was going crazy, at least manipulating the market, suing everyone left and right. So now most of them now realize that so Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. Most of the things that there was saying that so is security, most of the token that most of those exchange release them because of that, so they sued them. So now they are realizing that so they are not security. SEC says protocols and staking on POS networks is not security. So guys, those ones show that so most of those altcoin like for example Solana, ADA, and SRP, so their spot ETF is coming. So because over the past few years, Tesla was manipulating this crypto space, expecting that suing everyone left and right, saying that for the stakes and POS network is a security. So, but which now they are now realizing that Bitcoin and crypto. So most of them are not security. Not just because you buy cryptocurrency, you stake it. They are now saying that it's security. So Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay, guys. You don't have to be scared. Liquidity trade, that's a flip 3 million into 27.5 million during crypto rally. So guys, this is one thing about leverage. So now I'm showing you guys the positive side. I will also show you guys the negative side here right now. So this dude here just he trade with about $3 million and flip it to $27 million for leverage. But you guys know, as I always say, so don't trade with leverage if you don't have the cards. According to President Trump, he said you guys don't have the cards. So if you don't have the cards, so most of the time, at least don't trade with leverage. Let's say, for example, you are sitting with $1 billion in profit. So when you are trading with $3 million, just like this guy here, so when you lose this $3 million, it look like nothing. But if you are just coming into the market, you don't understand the market, you don't know anything about trading, so you want to trade with at least with your $100 which you want to invest, you want to trade with it. When you use high leverage, you will get liquidated. So which take us here? Which take us here? There was that dude. He was on chain. which I wanted to show you guys. He was on chain first. Let me show you guys. So it was on chain. I saw it on chain. I thought that I brought it out, which is the headline. What happened is that dude, which made a trade with about almost about 1.2 billion dollars last week, he lost $199 million. So when a Bitcoin did back down, so he lost because he a free pit to long, but finally he lost $99 million for just leverage trading. So we show that most of the time using a leverage trading, so it's not a good idea. Yeah, Seliki, you guys are all welcome, and you guys can see here over $644 million in long position liquidated as a crypto market tumble across the board in the past 24 hours. So this is a huge amount of money that get liquidated. So just in the past 24 hours. So don't trade with leverage, but it's it's something that well, you just like you guys can see. This other dude here made almost about made about $27 million. Let's say $25 million in profit for just using leverage. So guys, let's do Q&A. So the takeout is that you don't have to be scared. That you don't have to be scared. Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. You don't have to be scared that the market is slightly down. Okay, don't be scared. Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. And Ross Ulbricht is saying that stay in Bitcoin, stay in crypto. So that's because this asset is so decentralized, and not just decentralization, unity is here. So freedom is here. So this is what Bitcoin stands for. So if you are not in prison, that does not mean that you have freedom. So one of the ways for you to have freedom, at least, is for you to be able to access most of those things you want to access by using a Bitcoin. So, but being in prison does not mean that you are not in prison. So you have to use your number one IQ, is to be in the best space, in the right place at the right time. So but we try to make sure you accumulate Bitcoin. So guys, let's do Q&A, question and answer. Let's do Q&A. I know it's weekend and you guys want to enjoy the weekend. So let's do Q&A. You're all welcome. Yeah, Favor, my man, you guys are all welcome. Greatest miraculous Sita, you are all welcome. You are all welcome. So guys, so whenever you are here on the live stream, so try to make sure you help me share the stream with your friends and family. Tell them about Bitcoin. Tell them about crypto. Tell them about Bitcoin. Tell them about crypto so that, tell them about Bitcoin. Tell them about crypto so that at least they can be tuning in so we can be able to discuss about Bitcoin and crypto. Just like as Ross Ulbricht was saying, so at least you have to be in the right place, be with the crypto community. So for you to know what is happening in the space. So even if when the judge threw him in prison for 240 years, but the Bitcoiner did not forget him. So, and it's because of the Bitcoiners, today he is free. So when he built the Silk Road, which, was the company which finally got him arrested, when he built the Silk Road in Bitcoin was less than $1. And when he got arrested, Bitcoin was trading between $200. Now they now release him. He just got freedom just a few months ago. Bitcoin now trading above $100,000. What it's crazy. So that show you how powerful Bitcoin and crypto is. Bitcoin stands for freedom. Yeah, you are welcome. Freedom. Favor says slept off, Abby. It was really easy, man. You slept off yesterday. So I was here when Sailor stepped on stage, even if when Jack, the CEO of 21 Capital, stepped on stage, I was here. So even when Ross was the last person that spoke yesterday. So that's because they know that, so for sure his story will be a touchy story. So even in some of his clothes that he wear out from the prison, so they draw them as art, which they are now selling them. Which some of his art correction was selling for like about half Bitcoin yesterday. And I also saw it, which is Justice Song gave him of about $6 point something million worth of art of banana. It's crazy. Those guys, you know, they gave him yesterday what about $6 point something million. The guys, even if him himself, he hold a huge amount of Bitcoin. That's because when he built the Silk Road back then, Bitcoin was between $1. Bitcoin was less than $1, which showed that for sure it will still be holding a huge amount of Bitcoin to date. Yeah, the guy was so lucky. The guy was smart. That is why, even if back in the days, nobody knew about Bitcoin. He said when he was back then, so favor, according to you, that so lucky for him for investing in Bitcoin less than $1. So back then, even if them themselves, they did not buy so much because they still did not believe in it so much like that. But Russell Brick said that, so he believed in it. So when he built the Silk Road, so Silk Road was using to transact back then. So people was buying something, so they will pay in Bitcoin. So when they finally find out that, so that was one of the way they was pushing that money across back then. So that was why Russell Brick gets arrested back then. So which was crazy because all those the bad boys was using the website there. So those dude was, he was so smart to understand that Bitcoin needed such a. He said back then there was no exchange, so either you mine Bitcoin or you use that platform which he built to send Bitcoin to someone and collect the item which you buy. You get that. So that was what was happening back then. So now, so the Bitcoin which when he built his project on it, we were selling between $1. Today, Bitcoin is now worth 100 or something $1,000. Yeah, favor that was imprisonment, man. 240 years imprisonment. But now he gained freedom once again. So the Bitcoin community, they did not forget their own. That's because even if every year during Bitcoin conference, they try to make sure they speak with him. So they call the prison and there was an address then. So people donate. You all know a lot of Bitcoiners they have good money. So they donate money for him at least to make sure that he live good, even if, nobody care. Okay, why don't he own his own Bitcoin? So at least back then he was early in the market. Maybe he's still holding a huge amount of Bitcoin. Nobody cared. But people were still donating to his address to make sure that, the guy is fine. So President Trump, a man of his word, he promised that, so when he become a president, he will release Ross Ulbricht in the first day. But he released him this first, second, and the third day, something like that. Yeah, rather no company own control of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin does not have CEO power by miners. If you want to be part of it, all you just need to do, if you want to be part of it, all you just need to do is for you to at least get some miner. You can even mine for your computer. But one thing is that back in the days, if you are mining from your computer, you will be getting a huge amount of Bitcoin. But today, if you want to mine from just your computer, if you are not using the mining machine, that means we all know that the electricity cost alone is not for you to mine Bitcoin. You need a lot of energy. So you need a lot of energy. So the electricity cost alone, it is the same. So that's why most of the miners today they are using those mining machines. They are still profitable. The cost of Bitcoin mining today is still between 90. No, sorry, take that back. The cost of Bitcoin mining, one Bitcoin mining is still between almost about $49,000. That is because that's why I was saying. So for the most of the time, the down market is for the Bitcoin need to run out of whenever the market did back down during cycle, Bitcoin miners need to run out in profit, which is between $49,000. So this, which is why I see think, okay, if the structure come, the market may still dip back there before we start recovery back up again. So, but one thing you guys know that the big boys are now in the space, which the Wall Street, the spot ETF, they are now accumulating. They was not here before. So we show that the market may not be volatile like before once again. Yeah, favor is possible to memorize the seed phrase. It's possible. It's possible. Many people memorize their seed phrase, so it's possible. A lot of some people memorize the seed phrase in their head, throw away the this thing. So it's possible. It's possible. I know someone that if you tell him, if you tell him like about Jim Eek, so I know someone which, let's say for example, if you tell him like 20 words at a time. Let's say, for example, you call John, you call Joseph, you tell him 20 words. He can repeat them even if from the back. He can also repeat them from the front just by measuring them at once. When you call like a 20 words, 20, not even 10. The seed phrase is just a 12. So there are people who are so smart as hell. So when you call like a 20 word, John, Joseph, Jerry, and this thing, so into 20 different names, he can even call them from the back and also call them from the front, which is crazy. So you can memorize seed phrase and forget about it. My head go broke before. Not just you, favor, same as me. Just like as I always say to you guys, I am that guy. I didn't go to school, guys. If you guys don't know that, I already said it to you guys. So even if the English, so you guys can see. So I'm just trying to at least English is not my first language. So Bitcoin and crypto make me to understand that you can invest in something that at least you don't even need to work for it. So all you just need to do is to put your money there. At least it will work for you. So you must not. But free is very, very important for sure. It's for the language barrier. For example, you know that is from like for example, mostly like people, most of you guys who are watching me from Nigeria. So people will say, "Oh, you don't speak English, you don't do that." So here in Europe, nobody like for example, if you are in Italy, if you are in Germany, so most people do not even know about English. So they speak their language. So you are the one who will be telling the other one because he does speak a good English, because he does speak this, because he does speak that. So which does not matter. So all you just need to do at least for you to know what you are doing, you get that. So invest in a strong asset. Imagine if you have bought at least $100 worth of Bitcoin when Bitcoin was trading at when Bitcoin was trading between $1. Today you'll be holding $10 million just by investing $100. But tomorrow someone will tell you that okay, because you are speaking your own diary, so because you did not go to school, so you don't have to go here, you don't have to go there. No, it does not work that way. So, but if you have the opportunity, it's very, very important to go to school. But that does not mean that you can't become somebody if you did not go to school. So just by working and investing in a strong asset like Bitcoin, for sure you will be great and live a free life, which each of us want to live, and live a financial freedom. To achieve a financial freedom just by investing in Bitcoin. Thank you, favor, thank you. Yes, so I don't want anybody to left behind. So you guys don't have to left behind. So we already missed the bottom. Let's say when the market was trading between even if $10. You guys also heard Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff made it clear why he did not like Bitcoin. Favor. So which you say you don't want to left behind. Peter Schiff left behind. So why Peter Schiff did not buy Bitcoin? Why is he still criticizing Bitcoin? He said that he was here. He saw Bitcoin when Bitcoin was trading between $4. So he said this still worth nothing. So he now see Bitcoin trading at $100. So what is that thing he did not buy when he was trading at $4? So why will he buy it when he now trading at $100? So he said this thing will be going to zero. He now sell Bitcoin trading at 1,000. He said, I did not buy Bitcoin when Bitcoin was trading $4. So I don't want to buy it. Now it's trading at 1,000. You guys can see it. So he said that him is that person that when he sees something trading between $1, he did not buy. Now this thing is now trading between $10. So why will he buy it? now that it's trading between $10. So that is how you saw Bitcoin trading at 10,000, 20,000, and today 100 and something $1,000. You guys know that Peter Schiff has dropped a Bitcoin address for people to contribute Bitcoin for him. So even if Bitcoiners was saying it during Bitcoin conference that people who is sending Peter Schiff Bitcoin should stop sending him Bitcoin, which is crazy. Yes, so favor, we are still early in this space. So if you are in crypto today, so just know that you are still early in the market. So we have a long way to go. There are almost about less than 1% of the world population still don't know about Bitcoin. We less than 1%. We show that we are still early in the market. So Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. Imagine when 1% finally understand Bitcoin. Imagine when 1 billion of the world population decide to use Bitcoin. So we all know the US already add Bitcoin to their portfolio has created strategic reserve, and El Salvador too. So are so many countries. Even if during Bitcoin conference, which Pakistan also announced that Bitcoin, they will be adding Bitcoin to their reserve too. They will be creating a strategic reserve. So as many countries will start buying Bitcoin, and for sure Bitcoin will keep going up in price. Yes, so Seriki, I say that the market, at least the market will dip. May, I'm expecting the dip. So during Bitcoin conference, when I say history, usually, sometimes it does not repeat itself, but history usually line, you know. So at least you guys can see that the market is slightly down. So Bitcoin is hovering around the world at $4,000. We will be surprised if we pull back down to world at $2,000. So and more money will now flow into altcoin. So those our altcoin will start booming once again. And when if the chart tell me to buy, that is when I will start my DCA portfolio. And you guys will also see what I will be buying here. Thank you, Sita. Yeah, last cycle is $16,000 when we did back, but I don't think we will see $16,000 once again, bro. So the market may be back there, but $60,000 no. So each time, each cycle, the upper cycle, which during 20, no, during 2016, 17, so Bitcoin did back down to 3,500. Okay, so and so I don't think $60,000 was again. No, worst case scenario maybe 30,000. Worst case, but I don't think we'll see $60,000 once again. It won't happen again because the Wall Street, they are here to buy and buy and buy. But let's say, for example, there are some Bitcoin, almost about 5 million Bitcoin, which if it happen to be that hackers have access to them, I hear that these Bitcoin are not secure. But the Bitcoin team are working so hard to make sure that 5 million Bitcoin. So even if hackers have access to them, but they will have to destroy them to the space that miners will get them. It will be accessible by miners, but it won't be accessible by hackers. So let's say, for example, hackers have access to those 5 million Bitcoin. They decide to dump them in the market. So the market will crash. That does not mean Bitcoin is going away. So there is a way that the Bitcoiners are working so hard because there are teams who are working, which are working every single day in the Bitcoin space to make sure that they get Bitcoin better. So those teams are working to make sure that even if those Bitcoin are in the right place. Yeah, 700K on average. Who, Seriki, you are the one who lost 700K on average. I've lost a lot. I lost more than that. If it is, if you are talking about naira or $700,000. Maybe you, for me to use 700K to trade leverage, that means, you know, if it's dollar you are talking about, if it's naira, yeah, that is possible. You can even use 2 million. So, but if it's dollar, $700,000, that is huge amount of money, bro. So once the market is down, if you'll be able to dollar, is crazy. That's huge, man. That's huge amount of money. That is huge. If I have such money to at least for trading, we have to spread it out, hold it. So if the market is down, use it to buy some good altcoin. $40,000 can give you $1 million if you spread it well across the market. Let's say $50,000 can give you $1 million if you spread it across the market. If the market is when the market is down, that's because last cycle Solana was still trading did back that to $10. So if you have bought $4,000 worth of Solana, then you will be getting 4,100 something Solana. If you have spent $40,000 and 4,000 Solana, 4,000 Solana when Solana was trading at $296 January here, to be giving you 1.18 million dollars. That is 1,180,000 naira for just spending $40,000 to buy Solana when Solana was around $10 just about a few years ago here. Don't trade with leverage, guys. Very, very important. Thank you, Favor. Thank you, guys. Yeah, uh, Favor, it was 64K, not even up to 66K. 64K last cycle. So that 64K, so Plan B was expecting Bitcoin to head up to 100,000, which is why I say that those predictions are seen online. So when the market is up, everybody is still expecting them to happen. But don't forget that, when the market is down, everybody will be bearish once again. If you look at the fear and greediness, just last week, fear and greediness was above between 75%. So the fear and greediness is between the total market fear and greediness is between 61, which show that people are being bearish again just because Bitcoin dipped from 112,000 to $4,000, which is just to me it's nothing. So it's just a normal day in the market. So why will you be scared that a Bitcoin is slightly down with a few hundred of dollars, which is just normal? That is how the market works. The market is always volatile. You have to make sure that know how to face the volatility without being scared. So this volatility, this fear and greediness is being measured by people who check their portfolio every single hour, every single minute to see how their portfolio is being performing. To log into their portfolio, see the performance, log out. So Favor, they should come and contribute for us, Abby. Don't worry for sure. So we will make money in crypto and see you guys in good conference, like a Bitcoin conference, at least the Bitcoin conference 2030. So when we all make money, we'll be there. So Bitcoin conference to buy a ticket, a good ticket will cost between $2,000. So the VIP ticket, which is the way pass, is between $7,000. Not just the ticket, because mostly because the which is it's called the 2000. Let's say even if the minimal ticket, the lower one, which is between almost about 500 to 600, but plus include your hotel, you have to cost about include your hotel, that was about 2,000. So the other one is between almost about 4,000, where the way pass is between 7,000. But the thing is that your visa and all those stays, those are the things that make people stay back. And like for example, some of them, if you are in the conference, you can also cough. But it's good to be in the conference to meet with people, at least have a good heart check, not just by seeing people online. You get that. So it's very, very important. So we will all meet in Bitcoin conference in the next few years. Yeah, I think 120K is possible, Seliki. This year, I think 120K is possible. But those 500,000, 200,000, let's say 200,000, anything can happen in crypto. So 200,000 can be still possible. But let's say 500,000 is not possible this cycle. So I don't have to, for people to be so much bullish like that. 500K, half a million is not possible this cycle. Next cycle, yes. So guys, once again, happy weekend. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. So, guys, Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. It's just, keep DCA, keep spreading your money across the market. Don't be scared. So, the next, as you guys can see on my thumbnail, so the next chapter is here. So, the Bitcoin conference just, it's just over. So, yesterday was the final day of the Bitcoin conference. So, now people will start, buying again. People will start, people spend a lot of money to go to the Bitcoin conference. Even if during the Bitcoin conference, the transaction that was going there was insane. So a lot of people were spending, thousands of dollars in Bitcoin, selling, at least trying to make sure that they live a good life there. So Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. All you just need to do is to spread your money across the market using a DCA. Guys, don't forget, smash the like, man, smash the like, smash the emoji, smash the like, share the stream with your friends and family. Tell them about Bitcoin and crypto so that they should, we should leave them behind so that in the next few years, so when Bitcoin trade between a million, so all we'll be doing is to travel around the world, eat good food, go to the gym. Yeah, man, guys, it's very, very important. So go to the gym, and so you have to go to the gym, eat good food, place, work in crypto, be in crypto. So whenever we have a good volume, you log into the market, at least you make some few dollars. So you use them to, that is the life you ever want to live, not by working 9 to 5 every single day. The government keep printing more money. So you can't even buy good food, you can't even take good care of yourself, which is crazy. So one of the way, at least, to live a better life is by investing in a strong asset that can hedge against inflation. An asset like Bitcoin that has a mass supply. So, guys, don't forget, you are smart and intelligent. With Bitcoin and crypto, we shall all achieve a financial freedom. We all heard from Ross Ulbricht yesterday. He said Bitcoin stands for freedom. It stands for decentralization. It stands for unity. So, which is why that the Bitcoin community, it make it possible for them to make him get freedom once again. So, guys, see you all tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central European time. Let me see how the market is performing. $104,165. Not bad. So see you all tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central European time. Chalisco is out, guys. I will try my best to stream. So it's weekend, so that's why I make sure the notification is on so that if I'm live, you'll get notified. We'll be able to discuss about Bitcoin and crypto.